I think everybody agrees with me or will agree with me that ever since we heard the story about that hat, it has grown on all of us. I mean,
Aw,
I don't know, it's kind of your style, but knowing the story just makes it all that more special. So you should keep wearing those kind of things.
thank you. That's very kind of you.
Okay,
This hat now has the symbolism of kindness and connection with you because you have taken the time to share that feeling and that opinion. Thank you.
Yeah. And when you do get this document, I want you to I'm gonna apologize ahead of time for any of the typos. It's that spell check thing, and I'm in between a camping trip. And so I ran home and knocked this thing out real fast without really going over it. And just let me know when I'm ready.
Yep, go ahead.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so I'm Gannon. I'm the new kid on the block. I've only been to a few of the board meetings and a few more of the quarterly conferences. And I have a background like everyone has a background. Not many of us have done hypnosis our whole adult life. So we did something else, and then we came into hypnosis for one reason or another. And we bring our background with us, our experiences. And with our experiences, we bring in a lens that we look through. And my lens happens to be training, because I have a large training military background. So when I see a challenge, or when I see any kind of need for something, I immediately go to the training solution. So that's how this came about. So this is a pretty simple proposal. I'm proposing that we, instead of just getting all of our training in these quarterly conferences and whatever outside training we got, that we can train within on a monthly basis. And if you look at this, it's just a real simple thing that every month we gather in small groups, maybe start with 6 people, or even we could do it with 3 people. But 6 to 8 seems to be a perfect number for a small group session. And we share. So we each have a time slot. We present a question or a new technique that we learned, or something that we want to practice, something that we want to get good at, and we share it for 20 minutes. And then the timer goes off, and then the next person's turn. And when it's not your turn, you can either be a subject or offer feedback, advice, enhancements, whatever you want to do. And over the course of 1 hour, if it's the case of 3 people, or 2 hours, if it's the case of 6 people, you get the benefit of 6 people's experiences, advice, feedback. You get some practice time, and you learn. So I just want to, it's kind of a sales piece. I want to get your feeling of how it works. Most people in here are board members. I want to get this message out to more members so they can know to use it. The other thing that I've added is the fact that you can get another way to get your continuing education credit. So when I joined the OHA, there was a requirement to have so many hours to remain a member of good standing. And but the only way to do that in-house was with these conferences, or if you took a course outside somewhere. Like if you, like I took a handshake induction course, or, took some other courses, and use that for your credit hours. Well, with this, we can provide up to 2 hours a month with these sessions, if, you know, providing that the board approves it and it's legal and all that. We can provide 2 hours of continuing education credit every month. And it would be the subjects that you want to learn or that you want to practice or whatever. It would be self-directed. And the only structural part would be the fact that there's a timekeeper and that it's on Zoom and it would be recorded. So is that pretty clear with everybody? Okay. So I'll just open it up for questions or comments. I'd like to go over the benefits because there are some specific benefits. Some are possible benefits, but some of them are definitely real. So there's benefits to members. We've read those. Anybody want to go over each one?
Can
Okay.
Can I add one in, Gannon?
Sure.
I think that this is a great opportunity to practice being a speaker. So for instance, if I have an idea that I want to develop, or if I want to improve my confidence with something, I could do my 15 or 18-minute presentation with the group and get some feedback. And in the meantime, get some confidence with myself. And then I could present for OHA, or maybe I would present for Hypnothoughts or some other place. So I see that as a benefit too.
Yeah, so I was so to piggyback on what Nick was saying is when you decide to do something, think about the end result. And so I've been doing a lot of that thinking, and now I lost my train of thought. You know, as you're picking your subject, as you're going through the website, first of all, you're going to use the website more often because you're going to probably check on it every month to see if there's an available slot. You have to put your subject, you would have to put your subject in there. And then it's at that time is when you're starting to think about what you're going to say and how to prepare your 20-minute presentation, or get your questions together if that's what you're going to do.
Okay, so what you're saying is this is gonna go on the OHA website? So we do the presentation on that website? Is that what
Yeah.
you're saying? Oh, okay.
So
I don't know.
the website is always
Okay.
developing, and there would be some kind of a page or a section in there, and you would check on that. You'd get on there and you would check on the whatever name we're going to call it. I kind of like Zoom Saturdays or Second Saturday or something like that, and you check on that and you say, oh, you know, there's only 5 people, I can still get in. And you go in there, you register. We have a new software program that could probably handle the tracking of it and the payment of it, right?
Yes.
In one, you know, one-stop shopping method. And then once you're in and you get the confirmation, you start thinking about your subject. And it might be 3 weeks away, it might be a week away.
Do I have this right, Gannon, that it's not just practice, it's not just like me saying, giving a presentation, but it may be, I want to practice something or other, will one of you help me? Or I have a business question.
Right.
And I don't know how to do this in my business, or I'm not getting this part of my business, that we can do all of those kinds of things in this time.
Yeah, did everybody hear that? So yeah, anything related to what we do. So it could be how, I would like to do an intake form that would cover different kinds of therapy, or I would like to know how you bill your people. Does everybody use credit cards? It could be just the pre-talk, or
So I have a question.
Uh,
What's the goal?
go ahead.
What's the goal?
The goal for the members is skill development. And the goal for the organization is a little more income, a little more prestige as far as, hey, I'm a member of the OHA and I get my continuing education with the group, with this organization. I don't have to get trained other places. It's just more of an in-house benefit.
And really helpful for me. I have a lot of questions I need to get
Yeah.
answered.
We all do, and we all, like, I'm reading a book and I would love to try that out on someone.
Yeah. The other goal is that within OHA, it is not the bylaws, what do you call it when you're?
Mission statement.
Thank you. Is
Yeah.
for training, right? It's education, it's to support hypnotists. And this is another way that we feel like we can support hypnotists when it's not just 3 times a year. That's the other goal.
Because of that. I've been wishing for this for a while, and I'm glad you brought it up.
Yeah, and I'll tell you,
How many new people do we get that sign up for this hypnotist, the organization? Just
you know that,
how to
right?
get it out or?
Yeah, currently, we're not getting a lot of new memberships. But we're always kind of trying to think of new ways, how do we invite more people in, that kind of thing. So that's an ongoing intention that we have. But currently, we're not, we might get maybe 1 or 2 new members per quarter.
And now some of the schools have shut down too, that
Yeah.
Dr. Knight, did he pass away?
He went to England.
Oh, he went to England, okay. Is she still teaching or not? So she's not teaching. I'm not teaching. You're not teaching, so a lot of the.
Somebody just asked if Kat's still teaching.
Yeah.
Rich is still working here in Portland with some clients. Our classes, we have a series of classes that we did that we also recorded. And we do have some classes that are self-paced that people are working on that are in coaching. I'm not, our center in March, we had to actually close our physical center. We put everything into storage. So our in-person training is actually on hold. We're not doing the basic or the advanced right now. Rich and I made a conscious decision while I was taking care of my mom to just put the, in-person training on hold for about 2 years. But we do have little mini training things that we can do. And some people take advantage of that on the self-paced courses. So in answer to, is Kat still doing training? It's being done in the background. I'm not doing it in person in Portland right at this time, but we'll probably do it, when I'm complete with my sacred contract with my mom.
I'm just curious how, that brought in a lot of people too.
Yeah, I think that's another point is that I'm a trainer. And so I'm hearing the conversation about this, from a different place. And I guess I'd be curious about hearing, Scott, you're also a trainer. Would love to hear your feedback on this one too.
Well, we have a question over here.
Yeah,
Or
so
comment.
this is an old issue that I've had with OHA that I want to bring back up. There are so many hypnotists right now that are important, that are really good at what they do. And it would be really fun if we had something set up where, as part of what we do here, is maybe each person is invited to talk about how they do hypnosis, what their practice looks like. And then one thing that they're really proud of that they want to share with us that we can all take back and do. And in that way, we're saying we're celebrating you. Thank you for being here. Isn't this great? And we're helping everybody else who's new or doesn't have the experience you have. But I think having a whole list of strategies that we all start learning from each other, because come on, we've been here forever. we went to school, the same school, but I'm sure we don't do it the same way. But wouldn't it be fun to see how I do it? It would be fun for me to see how you do it, right? And because who we are, our personalities have so much to do with what our practices look like.
Exactly.
And I think that reinforces the people that have been doing this for a long time. You know, they get to show up, they get to do what Jeannie said, you know, practice sharing who you are in a way that doesn't feel scary or too scary. And it also helps the new people and might even bring in more new people because we're saying, look, we have a place with lots of people that know their stuff that you can either come and you can listen to, or you can call them, or when you have access. Because right now, we don't have access. One of the things you know about us in Portland is we are so independent. And it's even really hard to get speakers to come here because we can't get people to come to be an audience for them. So why don't we use what we have here?
And that kind of goes with kind of what I was gonna ask. Can we have it like thematic? So maybe highlight a person one time or highlight a method and have somebody talk about it. But little mini ones, you know, online like that.
Right, but
And then other ones where maybe, I don't know, once a month or once every two, whatever, and some of them are just practice. So that, so when I know I'm gonna sign up, it's gonna be for that.
yeah, I mean, when you sign up, you can put down the reason why you're signing up. So
But
if you want
But
to,
if I go and say, I'm gonna hear, Jeannie talk, I wanna sign up for that.
So
yeah,
I think what I'm thinking is more, yeah, sign up for Jeannie, but what is Jeannie talking about?
Right,
You're talking about
exactly.
something that I don't, like,
Yeah, yeah.
Lainey's gonna teach you her intentional eating program.
Yes.
Do you wanna learn about intentional eating? Maybe you don't, or somebody's gonna do NLP for whatever. You know, that to me makes a lot more sense, cause then I not only am I learning a new strategy, I'm learning how you use that strategy.
Yeah.
And that's the piece for me that's important because it also gives that unconscious message that you can interpret these things any way you want, that there isn't necessarily the way. You know, and I really like that because then that reinforces people to be, you know, authentic.
Yeah.
Or could we do this like a YouTube where you could just click in on any of them? You know,
well,
like-
it can be
like
recorded and you could refer to
recording
it
and
later,
just
yeah.
Refer to it?
Yeah.
But if you're a participant, that's
Okay.
where the association administers it, tracks it, and collects a little bit of a payment, like $10 a credit hour.
Oh, okay.
And if we can get 6 people a month, I mean, you multiply that by 12 months and that's $720. You know, and the moderator's not gonna make any money off it. Although I am saying that I will, as we get this.
Get him off the top a little bit.
Yeah, my little.
I'll take my cousin.
You sound like my wife now. Talking a little loud.
Gene has a question.
Cause like I know a lot of times when I want to learn extra things, I go on YouTube and look up something. So it kind of reminds me in a way, like a YouTube, you could just go in there and like, oh yeah, I want to hear what this person is
Yeah.
saying.
Well, you could even maybe do a membership of it, you know, a sub-membership, where you have those all available. Where so much
Right.
a month,
Oh,
you
there
can
you
go in and pick any of the videos that you have, you just record the Zoom meetings and have them on there. So that and then you can, again, look at whatever ones you want.
I would really like this to be as much as possible a service to our members.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Rather than like an add-on, like, oh, well, if you want this, you have to pay more money. And there might be some token.
And is the priority money or is the priority?
Yeah, exactly. It's a service that
Camaraderie,
we're providing for our
collegiality.
members.
So if it's just members, then have a library of them available,
Yeah.
so you can look at.
I want to hear what Jeannie had to say.
Yeah, Jeannie, go for it.
Okay, so I've been taking some notes, and of course this is being recorded, which is great. So a couple of things. So Gannon brought up this idea at least a month ago, and so a number of us have been talking with him and saying, you know, how can this work, and like how to make it happen on the back end. And the thing that's pretty clear is we don't have to have it fine-tuned when we start. We could start, Gannon, this is your idea, but I'll say it. Gannon said, hey, why don't we do a pilot? Like we've got 6 months before the next, we could do a big rollout in, starting at our next meeting, but right now we've got 6 months between then and now for a couple of us core people to figure out how this is going to work. And then even when we're marketing, wherever the sign up or whatever the web page is, it'll have we can have examples of the types of things so that people will know. And with somebody just said, have, I don't know who it was, but said not just who's going to present, but what they're going to be presenting, and to have that be visible so that someone can say, oh yeah, I'm interested in NLP, but I already know eye accessing cues. But then when they see somebody else is presenting something else on NLP, they might go, oh, I want to see submodalities. I want to know what submodalities are about. So the thing is, we don't have to have it all figured out right now. We can fine tune this and take everybody's feedback and suggestions and create it to meet those ideas and needs. Oh, and I also wanted to throw in, people have been saying they want more connection throughout the year. So not only is it support to those of us who are relatively new hypnotists, which I consider myself to be, but it also means that we're getting connection with each other, and kind of more intimate connection. And that's a good thing. All right, I'm done.
Thank you, Jean. How do we reach the hypnotherapists in Portland to come to the meetings here? What would work there? Do you think?
Well, it has to be meaningful. I mean,
Cause I think some of the topics we've had have been
yeah, but I've been doing
extraordinary.
this for 19 years. A lot of your topics,
Well, we did the one on the mushrooms and that was amazing.
right, and because it's new.
Yeah, and it's new,
So I guess what I was saying, the difference is, when you invite people, when you say, come and show us who you are and how you do it, it's different. You're not saying come because we have something that, to teach you. We're saying, tell us who you are and show us how you do it. And that, that also opens up another person and it connects. So you're talking about the collegiality, you're talking about the connection. And I think that piece is important. And I think when you start doing that, and people, they want to show up. I mean, I think you get more people coming because they want to express, this is who I am. And I get people all the time that aren't right for me. And I need to be able to say, oh, go to this one or go to that one. Like Debbie Taylor in Forest Grove area, she just is online. So she sends me all her people that want in person. Wouldn't it be nice to get more and more people together so we know who does what, who's special, who would match this person better?
yeah.
And we don't have that. But I think that the older people don't come, not older, but people that have been here for a long time, it's because they don't see it as valuable.
See, but I like to come because it is a connection here.
But are you newer?
Oh, no, I've been.
So you understand what I'm saying?
I understand, yeah, but I guess for me, coming even to these meetings, I am connecting.
Right, it connects you to others.
It does connect me to others and I'm still learning new things. There's a lot of older things, but I'm still connecting. And I guess just even our meetings here, I would like to see more come. And a lot of you are not aware of the organization or.
Oh, yeah, they are. Oh, yeah, they are. There
Well,
was a period
Salem
of time
kind of.
I messaged everybody that I
Yeah,
could find.
well, that's, yeah.
And they know.
Yeah, but I do agree there is connection, like, that's why I come here. This is a connection. And I think that we all do have our own style, our own personality. I mean, he was talking about utilization and stuff and how we do have our own style. So.
And my point is that I've been doing this 15 years and we're always learning something new. And we're always trying out new methods and that was my point. And getting back to your comment, I had that expectation when I joined OHA that I would have a place to go to work out things that I wanted to work out, you know?
Well, and another reason, wasn't it, I don't know, you can answer this, that we only do it so many times a year, because we used to do it more often, but people weren't coming. Because they were so busy, I remember we had you weren't,
It was NHA, I think you're thinking.
yeah, when I was here,
NGH.
Yeah.
but that was a long time ago, I mean, where they had more meetings, but people were too busy, they couldn't do it, so they,
And, yeah, and a hotel conference room isn't free,
yeah,
but Zoom is near free,
yeah. Well, and COVID didn't help either, so.
right? But Zoom's a pretty good tool.
Yeah,
It is.
yeah.
Poor Trish.
Yes, okay, so, are we ready to move on?
Well, we need to get volunteers.
No,
I would say 6 people would be a good, and we could figure out a date.
Okay,
So like so like you're asking for volunteers to be part of the pilot.
Right. We gotta, you know, at least get that first step going.
yeah, we've got 4 people already, not including Yen, but there we go, we've got 6.
And at first, I wouldn't charge people, in my opinion, but
No,
not charge people, get it going.
Yeah, I agree.
And I think it
Yeah.
should be part of the organization, so.
Denton's not fun.
Right, and that's down the road, you know, it would, my wife does dog training and they pay for all of
Yeah.
their training and
Oh, wow,
practice
yeah.
sessions. So, and
Yeah, I think this is a part of what we all,
It's what we also, yeah, yeah,
otherwise.
yeah.
all right, so Larry.
Okay.
You're on, yeah.
I know.
Passing the time.
yeah, there you go.
Certainly.